What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We are your hosts, the Distorted Theorists, here at Sci-Fi on the Rock 2026, here at Sheraton in St. John's, Newfoundland, with Casper Van Dien. This was such a surprise when this got announced a couple of months ago, and it was a delight. I was like, Casper Van Dien is coming from Starship Troopers. I was like, he's been in more stuff. But yay!
Yeah, well, I think that was like the initial ball started rolling when we started to hone in. Like, oh crap, we got to prepare for this now in like 2-3 months, whatever it was.
We must be professional.
You guys are very professional.
Yeah. Casper, how are you enjoying this weekend so far? First time to Newfoundland or not first time to Newfoundland?
First time in Newfoundland.
Okay.
How do we say it?
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
Rolls right off the tongue. Newfoundland. Boom.
You know, I've said it so many different ways, and I've been corrected every way I've said it. So
it's
been brilliant.
Never.
No, in Florida, I would say.
The
Newfoundlanders.
Yep.
In down there.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, you're going up to see the Newfies.
Yeah.
And I get up here and don't say that. That's a really bad word. I'm like,
it's okay, we'll edit that out. It's fine. It's cool.
No, keep it in there. I want them to know I use profanity like that. Here.
So I guess you got a few fellow Newfoundlanders down by you in Florida. Is that what you're trying to say?
We do.
Oh, really?
Camaraderie began before you got here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, one of my wife's best friends and her sister.
Okay.
And I know her mother too. We all know each other, live in the theater, they do local theater together. My wife's actually worked with her, so they've done, they did Nonsense together.
So did you advise them that you were coming here?
We did let them know, and they're like, "Oh, you have to get some of this and this and this."
Yeah, one thing you don't have to get is sunscreen. I'll tell you that for free.
You don't have. Yeah, I will take that for free.
You get a snow burn at this point.
Snowbird, yes, you will. You get snow. I brought nice weather when I came, but you guys had to fuck it all up after I was here today. Jesus,
that's what we do.
It's what we do.
But it's still very cool. I went to the point, and then I went to see the museum on the rock, or
Geocenter.
Yes,
Geocenter.
It's so
really
awesome.
And
cool
he
spot,
actually, he nailed me for this, because we were up on Signal Hill, and as we were leaving, we were driving away, and he was like, "What is this, all volcanic?" And myself and one of our committee members, we were like, "I don't think this is really volcanic. It's more something that's sedimentary because it raised up everything." And then we went to the Geocenter and watched the intro video, and we're like, "Newfoundland was formed by a volcano."
Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Dad.
Listen.
He was awesome. But you guys, it was who was that actor? That lovely actor?
Gordon Pinsent.
Gordon Pinsent was so cool. I love Gordon Pinsent. I love him from Due South. I am a fan of Due South. And it was so cool to see him in it. And I was just like, wait a minute. And he's like, Gordon Pinsent. And I was like, no way. Yeah. And then Michael knew Gordon, so it was so cool.
Yeah, he was
right. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, convention. How has your experience been here at the convention so far?
Lovely people.
Yeah.
Lovely. The whole convention, everybody in it, the hotel. Even walking around here getting coffee. I get matcha, but I went down to the different place just down over here 2 days in a row because of the snow, and the other things were closed. And they were like, "Oh my God, what are you doing here?" I'm like, "Sci-Fi in the Rock."
Yeah, check it out. Go good.
There. It's a sci-fi convention. Like, oh, I've never been to one of those. Well, they're a lot of fun, and this is no exception. These places. What I like about them is it's family oriented.
Yeah,
and we're all like a family. No matter where you go in the
world, very
inclusive.
Right,
the people,
here,
everything is inclusive. Everybody's welcome. Nobody's judging you. You can dress up like anything you want. You can be anything you want, and everybody loves it.
So I have a question, if I may. First, is obviously you're here at the con. How much of your career now revolves around acting versus doing cons and stuff like that? Is there a good mix in there these days, or are you more focused on one or the other?
I would say there's a good mix. I mean, movies always come first for me. I've done 2 movies this year. I was on Wednesday last year. I had a Western come out last year, so I have a series coming out again this year. So
plug away.
Yeah,
it's all good.
I have a lot of different things coming out. It's all different things at different levels.
Taking us with him.
We became luggage.
I love doing cons.
Okay.
I've always loved that. 1997, when I did Starship Troopers, they go, "Hey,
you told me this,
would you like to come to San Diego Comic-Con and promote it?" And I go, "Yes, of course I would."
That is the biggest one.
And they go, "Okay, great," because Paul Verhoeven's going, Ed Neumeyer and Phil Tippett and John Davison, the producer, writer, director, producer of RoboCop and now Starship Troopers. They're all going, but none of the actors want to go because it's like a nerd thing. And I'm like, I already said yes. But now it's like the coolest thing in the world. But back then, I guess I thought it was cool. But I guess some people were thinking maybe it wasn't like it became something that it's just a juggernaut now.
And
they're all over the world.
And I think a lot of people, like especially you saying that, is nice and refreshing to know that the actor themselves do want to do these things. You know what I mean? Like there's it's was it when you meet your heroes? You know, sometimes you're like, yeah, I don't do cons, yeah, frig that, I just act and whatever. But like seeing someone like yourself is like, no, I act, but also I want to meet my fan base and whatever. Obviously, you've been doing very well. I've seen your, the crowds you've had, so it's refreshing to hear that, I guess, from an actor, I guess.
Well, thank you, but it's not also just the fan base. I get to meet the artists and people who create things. I get to see people who create. I mean, the cosplay gentleman here.
Oh, it's crazy.
Incredible what he can do, and I'm such a fan of all this stuff. And people are like, well, what do you? Because I've been asked, and people have gone to me and said, what do you think of those people that dress up and go to those cons and they dress up in costumes? And I go, it's what I do for a living.
They're the best.
I mean, that's my job. What are you trying to say?
Those are my people.
And I married a cosplayer. I mean, she's like,
that's true.
Cool.
Yeah, we talked about that.
The Wonder Woman reference for Wonder Woman.
Okay.
I met her in a costume, the Wonder Woman costume. And I was like, have you seen those? She's like, just so intelligent. I should go out with you. I think that's how it went.
Imagine you get to tell people
That's how I
that
remember.
you're
That's
married
what she
to a
tells
Wonder Woman. I mean, that's not everybody gets to say that. I see what you're doing.
I know.
I see what you've done.
The Linda Carter Wonder Woman too. I was like, 'cause that's what I was like when I was a kid. That was my jam. The Linda Carter.
She's not listening, is she? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding.
She's probably like, oh my God, he's talking about
Again?
me again.
Yeah.
I do all the time. I'm lucky. I'm blessed, and I love this whole culture. I love meeting people. You meet Stan. I met Stan Lee through these things. I met
R.I.P.
I've met R.I.P. And I've met so many wonderful artists, different ones that you go to these cons, you're like, oh my God, and other actors. And sometimes I get to see them.
Well, I feel like I'm taking all the questions, but I apologize. But like, I always wonder as well, like, as an actor yourself, a star, if you will, do you ever go to these cons and like you get a little nervous to talk to some of the other stars that maybe, like you said, that you've watched growing up yourself or whatever? What's the camaraderie like among cons like that?
Or do they just look up to you and be like, oh?
Yeah, exactly. Like, what's the dynamic there?
Some of them you meet and you're like, oh my God, Matt Mikkelsen, I wanted to meet him, and I was like nervous to meet him because I think he's so talented, and he's like, oh, are you Dutch? And then he's so cool. I was like, oh, fuck, man.
I'll be anything you want me to be.
Yeah. I'll be whatever.
I guess I am, but we came over in 1604.
Yeah.
Does that count? Monsieur Bertrand, sprechen Sie Deutsch? Nein.
Yeah.
I was trying everything, but
Yeah.
I was trying to be cool around him. I don't think I was. I'm a nerd around everybody, but I have fun because I also then see my friends. Like I was at one con and Judd Nelson's there, and he's a really good friend of mine. And we just got lost. We were walking around someplace that was supposed to take us 7 minutes. Hour and 48 minutes later, I called my wife. I was like, I don't know where Judd and I are. Somehow we got lost, and she was laughing. She goes, "You two ADHD guys."
Yeah.
Or somehow we went this way. Oh, I think we're supposed to go that way. And then we walked back and we got talking, and then we just went one way. And he goes, at one point in time, he goes, "Wouldn't it be?" We were in Chicago. He said, "Wouldn't it be cool if, like, all of a sudden we were like, because we were lost and we were making jokes about being lost." And he goes, "If we turn around the corner, and all of a sudden we were in like a whole nother world, and people were wearing different costumes, and all of a sudden, boom." We turn around the corner, we turn left, we turn right, and then there's all these people coming out in saris and Indian wear and everything like that. There's some party going on, and there was 500 people that walked out. There was a convention of these people, and I go, Judd, ask for the $10 million right now. You and I have the big movie that we wanted to do. It was so much fun.
Behind the camera. Hi.
Oh, good stuff. How was it? That was probably our best work right there.
Well, that was,
we
sorry the
capture
camera
it.
crapped out. It was like an amazing conversation.
Peter, I'm better off camera.
There was a skull. It was so cool. You really should have
Yeah,
been
they're
here.
actually doing a Starship Troopers 9. It was a whole thing.
Yep.
And
Signed the
I'm not
contract.
even invited.
But Peter,
But that was what
I'm
I want to
gonna
ask, actually, in terms of Starship Troopers. I mean, that's quite the legacy that's come out of it. Like, Starship Troopers it wasn't big in '97. It was, to a point, but it's kind of gained that cult following ever since.
Yeah.
And for all the funny reasons, I think.
Yeah, the political climate today, unfortunately, is even more relevant. Really, unfortunately, that people didn't understand the satire when it first came out. I don't understand how they missed it. For me, it was baffling as as somebody that was in it, watching it, being in it, reading the script, and seeing it. I thought, man, this is like so over the top. Especially being a fan of RoboCop and everything like that, seeing that. But then when it went over some people's heads and they didn't understand it, and they just thought it was just some movie, they didn't understand the satire. I was baffled. I was in shock, and I thought it was unfortunate. When I went over to London, they really got it. They had plastered across the tubes and all the tunnels they'd have. War, it's war. So they got these propaganda war things, and they were dying. They were laughing the whole time watching the movie. which was awesome. And they, and every great director I've worked with has loved Starship Troopers.
Yeah?
They've come up to me and told me how much it was, why it was one of their favorite movies, and it's always been such a huge topic.
Was there a turning point for you where, like, the Starship Troopers, like you said, cult following, kind of like that switch kind of flip where you were like, wait a minute, this is it, it's happening. Like, the kind of feel, or was it just more like naturally you progress into this, we'll call this iconic part in this iconic movie, and you just kind of went with the flow?
Over the years, I've always had, it's almost been like whenever I've gone out in public anywhere, there's been somebody yelled some quote at me, like, what are you doing to kill them all? Or you know what to do? And I'm like, kill them all is a great quote.
You want to live
not
forever.
In church,
Yeah.
and not in school, especially in America.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
But not to make light of it, but seriously, don't do that.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that you love it.
Yeah.
It's been something that I've always had people come up to me and talk to me about, and it's been something that's always had a lot of love. We've had a lot more of us at cons together, so there's been we've had sometimes where we've had 8 of us at a con.
Oh wow,
now,
that must be cool.
And it's just gotten so that's been the last couple of years that's really gotten big, and I think it really has to do with that so many people that loved it before have showed it to younger generations.
Like, just kind of keeps that ball rolling.
And it's inspired other games. There's all these other games that have come on. A lot of the gaming community has now come around to it. Well, and there's all these games. I've done 3 voiceovers for the game this year.
Yeah,
last couple of years.
Yeah, because Johnny Rico. Because the newest one is Exterminator.
The newest one is Ultimate Bug War.
Right.
I did the voiceover for that. There was Extermination, which I did the voiceover for that, and there's Continuum, which I did the voiceover for that. Continuum's a VR on MetaQuest and PlayStation 5 VR, and then Extermination is on PC, PlayStation 5. And Xbox, all crossplay, and Ultimate Bug War is on every platform.
Everything you can find.
And it's just a single person, but kind of a retro game, and they're all cool, and they're all different things, but it's all just killing bugs, and I get to do a voiceover, and I'm General J. Johnny Rico in it, and I have an eye patch in it, as I did in the 5th movie, so in all 3 of these they did it. They've all continued the lore of it, and I've asked each one, do you talk to Ed, the writer, at all? And they're like, no, we just love the movie so much.
Okay.
So they're so in tune with the history of Starship Troopers, all the films of it, and they're all fans of it. So, and they're all 3 different companies, but all still involved with Sony.
So, having said that, and again, if I ask something that whatever, let me know. But Johnny Rico, obviously, are you like the first one that they're gonna call, or is that like a contractual thing, or is it like they call you because it's you? Like, how does that process work a little bit?
I think they definitely, I'm grateful for whenever they call me.
Okay.
I love that.
I didn't know if it was like, okay, we call him first. If he says no, then we move on, or if it's just like, no, we want him, so we need to call him.
Well, first of all, if they're going to call me for Johnny Rico, I'm not going to say no.
Okay, perfect. That answered my question.
That was an old part of it.
When I play the game, I even afterwards, I thank everybody from that created the game. I thank Paul Verhoeven and Newmeyer.
Okay.
I thank all the people that created it, people at Sony. I'm so grateful. I thank the fans. The fans are the reason why we got it alive. It's a movie that Paul Verhoeven made that has attracted both the left and right in it, which is interesting. But they haven't. They've created a film that people can have an open discourse to give why they feel like it's their film. And I think that is one of the most intelligent ways to make a film, when you can have people from both sides feel like it's their movie, and they can have an open discourse or discussion that gives you where they can validate their points through the same film. To me, I'm a little confused sometimes.
Well,
I'm extremely grateful.
It's the power of interpretation, I would say. But
everyone looks at the same. It's like you look at like a movie like Interstellar. Like, what did it mean when it ended? And there's like 12 different theories about that. And everyone has their different opinion on that. But when you're talking about this, one is satire and one is, well, we think it's real, but it's still.
Yeah,
like I said, it all comes together in one. Yeah, and it does. I can definitely see how that's a different way of being able to appreciate how such a large fandom and legacy that Starship Troopers can have.
Yeah, it's been wild for me because I've been told that George Bush loved it and was really into it and loved the goo in the scene, and then that Bill Clinton loved it and loved the goo. So both of them loved the goo, and I'm like, but there's other things to it, guys.
It goes deeper than the goo. Come on.
That definitely goes deeper than the goo. And from both.
You heard that quote here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it definitely goes deeper than the goo. And I don't. I'm just confused as to how it is interpreted any other way than what it is. And it's a movie that kind of pokes fun at people governments that are willing to sacrifice their troops, their young people, for because because the human life is less valuable than the materialistic, weaponry or
whatever.
Like why we use cheap
economical
weapons,
statuses, etc.
The bullets and the humans are cheaper than getting more expensive weapons, and they don't want to risk and lose those. And they so it's always
interesting concept.
To me,
I mean, whoever wrote it as well, like
whoever
started it. Yeah, whoever started it.
Do you think that's kind of like carried over from because I know it was an '80s film, but where Paul Verhoeven directed RoboCop, there was satire that was deep in that too. So like he was really clever in like putting layers to everything, because as much as RoboCop is, I'm bringing you in, dead or alive, all that kind of stuff, but there was all those. It's not a necessary theme, but like the element of like the little web ads at the beginning of Starship Troopers, like war,
100%.
Join the Navy or join the Army and whatnot, is very similar to all the radio ads and the commercials. I'd buy that for $1.
Same writer,
same
director, same producer, same visual effects guy, all the same team. I look behind the team. I look behind the movie when we're doing the drop ship and the 1,600 extras are running out, 1,400 extras, and the 30 actors, 30 stuntmen. We're all running out of the drop ships, and we're all running out. It's a huge scene, massive scene. I look over behind the monitor where we're filming, and I look over, I see Paul Verhoeven there, the director of RoboCop. I see Ed Neumeier, the writer of RoboCop. I see all these guys behind the monitor, and I go, wait a minute, Peter Weller was number 1 on the call sheet in RoboCop, and I'm number 1 in Starship Troopers, and this helmet is gray, and I'm Murphy.
Yes, I am Alex Murphy.
And I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah, nice.
I was so excited. I was just like, oh my God, this is surreal, because you sit in that moment, you're a fan of that movie. That movie, I think the satire was more blatant.
Yeah.
And I think when it first came out, I didn't think it was. I thought we were so blatant in Starship Troopers, and Paul and Ed were like, no, this is subtle. And when I went back and go, guys were right, it is subtle. I was like, I really didn't think so. But now that it is, people come up to me and they're like, there's no way people didn't understand that was satire.
Yeah. Guess what? So with following up with that is once Starship Troopers had its big like moment and whatnot, and there was the fandom and everyone getting involved with it and whatnot. Then you went on to work with Tim Burton, which is the wild and wacky Tim, which you've now worked with twice after Wednesday season 2. So how is that looking
Tim
at?
is involved in that too. I keep forgetting.
So
that
like in
sometimes.
'99, working with the '99 version of Tim Burton to the 2025, 2026 version of Tim Burton, was there any differences, or was it just like kind of like I'm just back doing what I was doing?
Yeah. He was so awesome to see him again. He got involved with every detail, every minutia. So I was like, he gets the best people, and he's so involved, and he's so
such a creative mind.
He's on there, but he's like, oh yeah, I like that, and he's friendly and wonderful and
no,
kind.
Please, it's just Casper Van Dien.
Hey guys, I'm interviewing right now. I thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hold your applause.
Back to us. Back to me. No, he was wonderful. He was amazing. He's a humble guy, very funny, never yells, never gets angry. He's always professional, involved with every detail, and so creative. And it was a blessing. He's like, say, hey, Casper, come on. My producer, she really loves you. She wants to get a picture of the Starship Trooper. She loves it. Hey, Casper, this other producer really loves it. So he was doing that to me.
So he's having even fun doing it. Like he's the leader at the helm, but he's still like when he gets from behind the monitor, he's like, come over, I'll get a picture.
He made me feel like I was a huge star on his set, and he's got like I was in the makeup trail, and Catherine Zeta-Jones walks in, and I go like this. She walks up, she goes, welcome to this set, and I go, you're really beautiful, I love you, and my wife loves you too. She thinks you're beautiful too. And she goes, oh, thank you so much, welcome. And I go, you're beautiful. She goes, yes, thank you again. And
well, that's why
have fun. And I was like, oh my
Tim, I don't want to be near Casper anymore.
But you know what? Like that's why I kind of asked the question earlier. I always wonder that camaraderie or the interactions of star among star. Like, how does it actually go behind the scenes? I know, but
I think she thought I was really cool.
Yeah.
And
that's whatever reality you want to live in.
If you're watching this, when you watch this,
if you want us to
text
take this
Casper,
down, you have
make
to
fun of him,
please. She was so sweet and so kind. And then even Joanna Lumley, who I sit next to, I don't know if you've ever seen AbFab, but if you haven't, you guys suck. Anyhow, AbFab is a wonderful show, British show that she was in, and she's always like, darling, sweetie, darling, all this other stuff like this. And it's called Absolutely Fabulous. And so I'm in there, and she's the grandmother of the show. She has this really cool hair on Wednesday, and I'm sitting next to her in the show. and I go, hi, it's nice to meet you. She goes, hi, lovely to meet you. And I go, and your hair, it's absolutely fabulous. And I had a couple people giggle, and she goes, you see what you did there? Funny. And I was like, oh my God, yes! So I'm such a nerd. But I had so much fun meeting her. And then I was working with Steve Buscemi, and he made me laugh the whole time.
Hearing that in a sentence is wild to me. But,
well, that's what I mean. And
I was working with Steve Buscemi. No,
I was thinking about this earlier because when we were chatting on Thursday, I was like, it's not refreshing isn't the word. I'm not sure. Maybe humbling. I'm not sure. But when it comes down to it, because like we're at home watching these shows, these movies, and like these are the stars. We've got the Casper Van Diens, the Michael Ironsides, the Tom Cruises, the Arnolds, and like. But again, yes, they're megastars in their own right, but they're still in that media when someone's working with them, and then everyone else gets to nerd out over whomever.
Yeah.
And we had the story from Michael when he was on Total Recall, and then he was on the phone with his sister who was sick at the time. So then Arnold noticed this, and he was like, "Here, we're gonna go chat with them for a while." So it's still. Everyone has their own.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like so we look at that like they can't be like this. They're untouchable. Like no, they're still people. So then when you're nerding out with talking with Steve Buscemi is I guess comforting. It's like they are still attainable to that point.
Yeah. It's human. It's human.
Yeah,
he's an amazing man because during 9/11 he went back to his old fire department and helped out.
Wow.
He had been a firefighter, so he's just a great man. So he'd been a firefighter first. So you meet people, and I just wanted to thank him for that too. I wanted to go up to that. I like these things. I love all the culture of movies. Literature, art, the comics. I love this whole world. I love what Comic-Cons are, what all this is, and then you get to meet these people, get to work with them. I'm doing Alita Battle Angel. Robert Rodriguez gets me.
That's right. I forgot about that.
I'm playing Muck, and I have the scene where I'm the one that kills the little girl in the wheelchair.
Wow. Another sentence I didn't think we were going to hear.
and Christoph Waltz is the character that I have the scene with, and I have like 2 lines, and he's like, he has a couple lines, and he's trying to talk to me, but we're rehearsing and everything, and all Robert Rodriguez wants to do is talk about Starship Troopers with me, and tells me that I'm like, that Amok is like if Rico had been on a drug addict.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, that's really cool. I love that. So he was so amazing. But I'm in there, and Christoph Waltz comes up to me and goes, is there anything else you need from me? And I'm sitting there going,
that would have been
Christoph Waltz, oh my God. No, sir, anything I can do for you? Because I'll try to do better. I didn't say it like that, but you know what I'm saying.
In fewer words, you did.
I was very cool.
Very calm, cool, and collected.
Confident, I was like, he's like, damn, that man, cool. That's how he was. I'm pretty sure.
He chilled.
Like Cool Hand Luke. Oh, Luke, man. Luke. Another great movie you haven't seen, Paul Newman, just saying.
Cool, that's the egg one, right?
Yes, it's excellent. It's extraordinary. It's exquisite.
So, and in terms of what you've, you're still you're doing the Starship Trooper stuff. You've done the Sleepy Hollow along with in Tim Burton with the Stat Cast that you've been doing with them. But where do you want to go now? Is there any projects that you've ever been looking at? But I think that's a Casper Van Dien property, or is it more so I'll read the script and go from there.
I don't want a partial cursor that with even a character from a video game or a comic book or anything that you're like, oh, if they ever made Metal Gear Solid, if you're familiar, Solid Snake, if they ever cast, Solid Snake, I want to be to him. Is there anything in that along with his question that you can see oh, I wish I could be this person in this movie?
Well,
because we have a lot of influence, so I don't know.
Yeah, we'll get you to part is what we're saying.
We can really put that out there.
Yeah.
I love all movies. I love being around different things and everything like that. I mean, of course, I love to be in anything Red Dead Redemption. I'm a cowboy, so
You're the second person on the panel to tell us this.
That's a game I stream too, so sometimes I get in that.
Oh my God.
I'm a real cowboy. I ride horses.
Yeah.
He's just like me.
I know how to do it.
I will see myself.
I did all my own horse stunts in Sleepy Hollow. In fact, when I did
that's right. You were the only one.
Oh my goodness.
So when I was on this movie just recently called Guns of Redemption, which was with Sean Astin and Jeff Fahey. It's a cool movie that just came out. I had a beard and everything. I'm riding around in the paint, which is a quarter horse, but it's a paint. It's the color of it.
Right.
The ones with the brown and white, like paint. So I go to the cowboy. I go, what's the paint's name? He goes, paint. And I go, yeah, the paint's name. He goes, paint. And I go, fucking cowboy.
Yeah.
Perfect. But
it's just a wide imagination. Great.
Yeah, the dog. What's the dog's name? Dog. Yeah, the dog's name. Dog. Oh, fuck you. I hate you. But yes, that's perfect. Yes. So I'm doing that, and I rode around. I do more stunts in this than I did in anything. I rode everywhere. And Wilder Smith, the incredible horse guy in that, who's also in Yellowstone. He played the younger. His dad is in that. And he played him younger with the but anyhow, we're doing all these horses, we're going all crazy, going all over the place. Somebody watches the movie, they go, oh my God, all these images of you on the horse and all this, it just reminds me of when I watched the commentary for the Sleepy Hollow documentary, and Tim Burton was going, and thank God Casper Van Dien can really fucking ride a horse. And I went, he said what? I never watched the documentaries. I mean, I never watched the commentary.
Oh, the commentary,
on the thing. You know, I've seen the
like on the Blu-ray or whatever.
I didn't watch the commentary on that, and I was like, oh my God, he said that. And then I got an offer for it, right, like shortly for Wednesday, and I wasn't allowed to talk about that for a year and 3 months. So,
oh, that's right.
But Tim Burton said that about me because I did ride the horse and. Sleepy Hollow, that was me.
Yeah, cool. So Red Dead Redemption, when you make that film, when the live action comes out,
up, I can shoot and ride.
Oh man, like that was
Peter will be your stunt double if you need one.
It's like I love Red Dead Redemption. It's my favorite game series of all
I play
time.
that online. People come and play with me. They come in, and instead of being Rico's Roughnecks, we're the Roughneck Riders.
Just working it in there. But you know what? I guess a good segue for me, because I had a couple questions that I've been keeping on that I wanted to ask is about gaming. You know, I've seen you streaming here since you've been here.
Yeah.
You're talking about voicing games. We're talking about the games you love. What are some more of the games you love? What do you play? Like, what are you looking forward to in the gaming world that may be coming, for example?
Well, I play Starship Troopers Extermination.
Okay.
I also have
Gotta
played.
plug that.
I play that all the time, but people can queue up to play with me. So I play Tuesdays and Thursdays, usually 6 to 9 Eastern Standard Time, and I play other times. I've done Starship Troopers Continuum. I've done Starship Troopers Ultimate Bug War. I've done RoboCop.
Such a good game.
I did Mortal Kombat because I was Johnny Cage in
That's
Mortal
right.
Kombat Legacy Season 2 and 3, so I did Mortal Kombat.
That was a web series, right?
Yeah,
okay, just make sure. Yeah.
Only 2 came out, but I won a Best Actor for it.
Really?
So, yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
For the 18th Annual Webby Awards. There you go.
Yeah. Have you checked out any of the, like, I don't know if you follow it, but have you checked any of the new Mortal Kombat stuff that's coming out?
I played the new one just recently. I just streamed that.
Did you? Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
Were you happy to pass on the mantle of Johnny Cage to Carl Urban?
He's such a cool actor.
Right?
I mean, he's so fucking cool. I can't wait to see him do it. You know, my 3rd season never came out, but it's probably one of my favorite things I did. So,
Oh, really?
And I got to work with Kerry Takawa, R.I.P.
Yeah.
But he was in it. He and I are the only ones from season 1 and 2 that are still in 3. So they did all new. They did all new characters, not new people, new characters. And we're the only 2 original ones from the first 2 seasons, and he's also from the original movie, so and he's done the games too. But I loved being Johnny Cage. I loved being a part of that, so that was fun. And then I'm gonna play the Tarzan game, even though it's gone. I have played Dead by Daylight. I played World War Z. I mean, I played, and I'm gonna play. There's so many more games I'm gonna play. I play Star Citizen. I played that too.
Okay, yeah. See, my rig is not powerful for that. That's
because I always I should say always wonder is like, what is Casper into when he's like, okay, I'm kicking back. There's a game coming out. I want to play. Like, I'm looking forward to the new Tomb Raider, for example. They're remaking the.
So you like to dress like Lara Croft?
Well,
I got it. I ain't judging, man.
I have a crush on Lara Croft. I have a crush on Lara Croft. But so we're looking forward to that, and we always.
Who wouldn't? I mean, you're talking Angelina Jolie, Lara Croft. Are you talking?
There's
the game.
Yep, get what a game is what I'm talking about. Yeah,
the game.
But
I can't remember her name though. From the one that was.
I think it's like Vander.
She was in. Oh my God!
Wow, we are terrible.
You guys are. I mean, I thought you knew everything.
But playing even further off of that, we have I know you love this question. Is obviously as an actor, you're in a bunch of films. But again, as Casper, what films that you're not in are you looking forward to in the future that are coming out this year, next year, something that's on the rise that you want to see in the theater?
In the world of geekdom,
in the world of geek. Like, what do you want to see?
I went and watched Dracula with my wife just recently, the Luc Besson one, played by that young actor. And it is incredible. It's probably my favorite Dracula that I've ever seen in my life.
He's a big Dracula fan, so
I am too.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Even though I did Dracula 3000, which I don't like to talk about.
Okay.
But
can you talk about that for a second?
I'm just kidding. I can't talk about that. But because that director, his very next film after Dracula 3000 won an Academy Award for Best Film for a foreign film.
Yeah.
The very next film he directs after he directs Dracula 3000, he wins an Academy Award for directing, and I'm like.
Rats.
You put me in Dracula 3000, but you win an Academy Award in your very next film. He goes, well, Casper, it would have been hard to have you play Zulu woman who was pregnant with AIDS. I just think could have.
I think you could do it. I think you have the chops.
I'm not going to go there.
But
I'm not going to go there.
I was acting.
I was acting. But yeah, no, like on the horizon when it comes to films that are coming out, that are going to hit the box office big. What's something that you want to see?
It's going to come out that I don't know what's coming out that I want to see.
We did talk about one on Thursday.
What did we talk about?
Hunt for Gollum.
Oh my God! Yes, I do want to see that. Andy Serkis, I love him. But I wanted to go out for. I would have loved to have been. I'm too old. I would have loved to have been the King. I would have loved to have been Strider. I would have loved to.
Yeah.
It would have been so much fun.
Well, listen, you got it's fun to put yourself in those shoes too. When like you said, you may not get a chance for it, but. It's interesting. I mean, we personally, especially on the channel, we look forward to what we're super excited for. Spider-Man Brand New Day is coming out this year. Avengers Doomsday. So we always like to know, what is your genre? Like, are you into the Marvel stuff or the DC stuff, or is that kind of removed from what you're interested in your personal life?
I literally love all movies. All right? My favorite genre has always been westerns.
Okay.
So it's always been westerns, but I think Star Wars is a western in space.
Yep.
And so,
Fair enough. I think I've heard you say that before.
And I also like going into seeing samurai movies. I also like seeing. I've seen every Marvel movie. I've seen every DC movie. I go through. There's not anything I don't see. But with my wife, I always have to say DC.
Yeah.
For Wonder Woman.
True.
So I'm
true. Conflict of interest. We would say.
I still like to have sex with her.
Yes.
So I'm gonna. I don't want to.
Is this recorded? It's still recorded. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
I have to be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
DC.
Well, I mean, she's been a great sport. I mean, I've seen her by your side the whole day, whole weekend, I should say.
She puts up with you well.
Yeah.
She does
and
I talk a lot.
She loved the peanut story in the elevator.
I thought you were saying something else. He said peanut.
No.
But I thought you were saying something else. And he loved your. I was like, what? Oh my God.
He has a peanut allergy, and your wife was in the elevator. We explained it was the whole thing.
But two peanuts were walking down the street. One was assaulted. Yeah, sure.
And then you had an anaphylactic shock because of it. Anyway, no, it's all good.
Wow, thanks for ruining that.
You killed that joke. It was one of the best jokes.
But I also want to point out that you've been doing some streaming here live, and I haven't even seen you sat down at your booth. And I mean that with fully respect because
it's the first time I've sat down at the entire con.
Exactly,
and time we could nail it
and I
down.
feel like, and like I said, I feel like that actually brought a uniqueness to the con. If I'm being honest, at least from my perspective. I mean, I've been here in the booth doing a lot of editing and stuff. Peter's been out there doing his cosplay stuff, but I've noticed you've barely took a second to chill, which is kind of respectful because I'm like. It's a little something different. It makes you feel like, you appreciate being here. You're not just a lump on a log, so to speak, which is good.
No, I
take that lump.
No, I don't mean that disrespect to anybody
Hodder
else.
said
I'm
that.
saying
No,
it's out of the norm for us, which is nice. It's refreshing.
Well, I think I'm unique in that way. It's just I like to be up in front, and I get energized in here.
Exactly.
It's not,
I'm quite the
I know
same.
everybody loves to come to these. Most actors love to come to these.
Right.
I just get so excited. I'm not very much good at sitting down.
Yeah, twiddling thumb.
I'm not a very good couch potato.
No.
I'm not like I gotta do something kind of.
Well, I always
I like to stand up, and I like to give the when they come here for this is their moment. No matter what I'm going through, even when I'm going through traumas in my life and things that I still have to remember this is their moment, and I can't put that. I have to. Put
I like that
in a
perspective.
hole
I like that
because, this is their one time. I mean, how many times are the people on this rock gonna get me come in here or whatever whoever they're meeting?
Totally
so if
get
this
it.
is special to them, if it is, then I want to give it the best special moment I can for them, and I want to be the most me and authentically me, and me is this guy that stands up and does this. It's not like I'm putting on some kind of show.
No. I don't get that vibe at all. I always say people always talk about the social battery, right? Like how their social battery is always drained, and I always tell my wife especially that I'm one of those people that I feel like my social battery is always full and I don't get to use any. Yeah. So that's kind of the vibe I kind of get. Like you're right in there. You're in that action. You're just giving, which is is nice to see.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm that way when I'm at a con. I'm that way when I'm on a set. I'm that way when I meet a fan or something like that, or when I'm playing the video games with people. Right. And then other than that, I shut down. And I'm very into meditation, reading, walking with my dogs, hanging out with my wife.
Love that.
And just doing things Do
you have kids? I apologize. I don't know. I figured I'd ask you.
I have kids, and one was an actor.
Oh, okay. She was following the old footsteps, eh?
She was born during Starship. Starship Troops. Yeah, Chris, wake up, Chrissy, wake up.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know that. That's my daughter. That's Grace Van Dien.
I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
She was born during Starship Troopers, where I cheered and played. Where I played football for the Tigers, and she cheered in Stranger Things for the Tigers.
Wow.
That's
all
my
full
girl.
And did that all just like happen like by happenstance? Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, because they had already been filming Stranger Things, and this was season 4,
Right.
and they'd already been the Tigers for the other years.
Right. So
They
kind
hired her to be the cheerleader,
interesting.
not knowing that I played football. Well, maybe they did. I have no idea, but I don't think that was their intention.
Wow. I mean, she must like.
I know.
I'm not, and I know we're interviewing you. Totally. I just
Oh, you
question in
bet.
case.
She's
But
more
like,
famous than me now. So it's like,
no.
No,
but-
seriously, the young girls that came up here, they'd be like, and then I go, I'm Chrissy's dad. And they're
Yeah.
from Stranger Things. But
Like I just want
Where is she?
to. I want to play off of what you said earlier. But you know, the whole Starship Troopers. You did it. It was cool in the moment. Then all of a sudden, it got big. I feel like that scene for her was that just like, okay, I did my scene, and then all of a sudden people are going, Chrissy, wake up, and it's like a TikTok thing, and she must have been like.
So I'm at San Diego Comic-Con that year after that came out, and she and I'm promoting a series, and I had 38 different people, men and women, come up to me dressed as Chrissy. They wanted to take pictures
Wow.
with me because they knew I was her dad.
Wow.
It was the #1 Halloween costume that year. Her and
That's
Joe
insane.
were the #1 Halloween. The two of them were the
Yeah.
#1 because people. But I had guys and girls dressed up like Chrissy.
Yeah.
And I had different
That's-
couples. Like I had one guy who's. Drag guy who's like 7 feet tall, and he dressed up like my daughter, and I was like, "This is the best day ever."
Well, I'm happy. I'm happy for her that it, that took off. I mean, that must be a little surreal to be like involved in such a we'll call it a trend at the time.
Yeah.
But for you go in, you do your scene just like you've done in Starship Troopers. You went in, did your scenes, you go home, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, this just like blew up one day,
And they said their biggest regret, the Duffer Brothers said their biggest regret was killing her off too soon because of the fan reactions between her and Joe. They really loved them together. So I think they would have loved to have tried to.
But the legacy's there. She got the legacy now.
Yeah,
so
she
I
does.
mean,
it's a profound.
And was
moment
she,
for-
or you a fan of Stranger Things
Yes,
leading
yes.
up to all
Oh,
this?
yes, we
Okay,
all were,
awesome.
Yeah, so
awesome.
that's how could I not? That's the era I'm from.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
from the '80s. That's like my jam.
Your jam?
Yeah, I graduated from military school in '88, so I grew up when I was a young boy in Jersey growing up. I was riding around on bicycles doing the same stupid stuff those kids do, but only less real.
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't any big goo monster.
No,
Peter, do you have any last questions for our fan?
I do, but
Casper
basically
Van
it's not
Dien.
even more of a question. Is now I wanted you to take the opportunity for Casper to kind of plug anything. Is
True.
anything like we've already talked about what you're looking forward to, but anything you'd like to plug to anyone out
Yeah,
there?
socials,
Go,
you
go
got-
check this out.
Oh,
Go check
yeah,
that out.
yeah,
Kind of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. anything.
You can
Go ahead.
on my twitch.tv Casper Van Dien. Come on there. I'm on Instagram,
Okay.
Casper Van Dien, and then I have a whole bunch of different things. But you can go there. You can come play Starship Troopers with me or any of the other games. Red Dead Redemption. I have trying to get.
Well, I know one person who's trying to play.
Have you not played Red Dead Redemption?
Listen.
Oh man,
we,
it's my
look,
jam.
There's
I've been trying to get him to do it.
It is a game where I go and I just like you can go get the herbs and everything else. I'm collecting those or I'm hunting.
Yeah.
And I'm doing all this. I have so much fun just doing this. And then I go raid people. We go do the everything. So much of the bounties. Everything. I have so much fun playing this game because there's so many different things you can do.
It's a shame that we just met this weekend, as I say, shame, right? Because the reason there's a lot of it, the two of us on the channel is we are so similar with our interests, but so different in what we like play and game or watch. I mean, it just helps because sometimes we'll get a trailer that we're reacting to, and Peter's like, I know all about this and whatever, and then I'm like,
Nah.
cool, I guess I'm asking you the questions. And then like just a couple years ago, we had a Power Ranger here. And if this was the situation, he'd be over there not knowing what to say because I'm all in on the Power Ranger. So it's a really good dynamic that we have between each other. So yes, I haven't played Red Dead Redemption, but
I think the differences people have are the things that make us our strength. So I love that everybody's different. If everybody was the same, it would be really fucking boring.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful. And like when they try to ban books and stuff, I'm like, oh, then we should read all those
Yep,
books.
that's
that they
the
try
one
to
I
ban.
want to read.
I think it's a necessity, and I think we have to keep the diversity we have, the uniquenesses we have, are
Agree.
things that are blessings.
yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'm
Casper,
thank you.
it's been an absolute pleasure.
This has been amazing. We're
Thank
so
you.
glad that we were able to
And for
do this.
anyone watching, as always, if you want to support the channel, we do appreciate if you would just take 1 second to hit our subscribe button, hit our like button, head over to Casper Van Dien's socials, make sure you hit the follows and the likes, and you can game with him on Twitch. I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that. It's been an absolute pleasure. And with that, I am the real Jussy.
I'm Peter Parkour, and like we always say around here,
Keep it real.
And kill them all!
Yes!